I want to give people an update because I actually posted the tweet about the car crash yesterday, about like 7 hours after it happened, because I really was wondering if I should even say anything. Because I know people will want to be supportive, but I don't want people to be supportive for like the wrong reasons. But you know, don't make it think I don't appreciate it, because I do. It's one of those things where we're not in a bad situation because of it. We have insurance. We're okay. So I'm not going to keep you guys held off anymore because we got some stuff to do tonight. And JaeJae's going to be joining me in a little bit. But, so, long story short, yesterday, myself and Jessica had to get up early for an emergency room to the dentist because Jessica was having some horrible tooth pain. And she's got this wicked tooth that has like 3 roots on it. That's always given her trouble. And we had to get it checked out because she was in terrible pain all week. And I was like, okay, let's get this done. That's like an emergency visit. And she hates the dentist. Like, she just despises the dentist. So it triggers like PTSD in her, and she really can't handle it. So I'm like, I'm gonna go with you. I'll be there with you. We'll take care of it. So what happens on the freeway on the way there, we get into a pretty rough car wreck. And me and her are completely okay. Jessica was hit probably more emotionally than anything. We were in traffic. We were in the fast lane. The traffic was opening up, and there's a center divider on the freeway. Center divider between, you know, opposite the opposing traffic and the main traffic. So there's no like wiggle room. It's just like a tiny lane. And as we're going 40, 50 to probably 50 to 55 miles an hour, this very large truck that is in the right of the fast lane just starts merging in, just starts moving right in. And this isn't like a big rig, like 18-wheeler, nothing crazy like that. This is like a large production moving truck, probably about 4-ton moving truck. No like 8-ton crazy truck, right? But about a big ass 4-ton moving truck. And they just start moving into our lane. Jessica immediately realizes that we have someone behind us that is kind of close, and if we hammer the brakes, this might turn a 2-car collision into a 3-car collision, if not a 4-car collision. So Jessica holds her ground and starts honking like crazy, and this dude, it's happened so fast, this dude is not stopping. This dude it wasn't a U-Haul. No, it was a much bigger than a U-Haul. Much bigger. It was a film production truck. So we're in a van, right? This is our van that we use for everything, for events, you know, to take the dudes around, for moving, everything like that. And he's like halfway into our lane and has collided with our car at this point. And Jessica has moved over to the left so much that her window was about to hit the side concrete. And long story short, this dude isn't here in the honking. This dude has now hit our car. I'm in the passenger side at this point because I was sending emails, and we were just talking, and then this dude just kept going. Collides with the car. I'm hearing like crazy grinded metal because it's right next to me on the door outside me. The passenger side mirror just boom flies off, and I hear like super loud grinding and stuff, and then we're hitting the wall to the left, and we're essentially just being crushed into the wall. And Jessica's just honking her ass off. Just, holy shit, dude. They didn't even feel us. That truck was so big, didn't even notice we were there, and then eventually heard us. The crazy thing is that he was merging into the fast lane for some reason. He was just trying to get around traffic. But yeah, just pushes us into the wall, and we're completely stopped, and he just keeps driving and eventually pulls over. He barely even felt what happened. So believe it or not, we're able to get the car from the fast lane completely screwed. All the mirrors are jacked, like the windows are broken. The door on my side is like crunched in and shit. I'm like, whoa, okay. And she's able to pull over. She's okay at this point. He's able to pull over. He was extremely sorry. He said he didn't see us at all. Trucks tend to have a very big blind spot, way bigger than the usual one. And they were just on the way to a production for a movie. And he had people in his car as well. I actually felt really bad for him because he had He felt awful about the whole situation. We were able to get the car from the fast lane all the way over to the side, and the cops came and took all of our information. And for me, the funny thing is, for me, I've never been into a car crash before. I've had like a fender bender or two, like a tiny boop. This was intense. And I don't remember much of the moment itself because it happened so fast. I remember like right after when he like let us go, when like the car disconnected from us, and I was like, holy shit. And I immediately was like looking at JaeJae trying to tell her what to do because she was obviously like freaking out. But she did a great job. Like, in my opinion, I think JaeJae possibly could have saved other people around us from being in the accident too, because that could have easily had turned into a multiple collision. It was right as traffic was done, so everyone was like, oh, we're free and we get to go to work. If JaeJae had slammed on the brakes, we might not have even have made it until he probably would have clipped the front of us. But we could have also had caused a multiple collision behind us. So I think JaeJae didn't. She's not very confident in herself because she's the driver, but I had to like constantly let her know that you made a really good decision on this situation. Us on the inside of the cabin, we were okay. It was like a jostling more than anything. But we get out and look at the guy's truck, and he has like a tiny little gash. It was the bed of the truck was a metal bar that just literally grabbed our van and ripped it open. So I needed to get out of the van. I had to kick the door open. I had to bend metal to get the door open, and then the entire passenger side of our van was just ripped to shreds. Like, it was insane. It was like somebody took a can opener to the side of the car. It was nuts. And what's crazy is that if I was in any smaller of a car, if I was in like, you know, like I said, my old SC 400 or something like that, something that's actually low to the ground, that line that thing would have had would not have been with the side of the car. It would have been at the window. So there's a chance it could have grabbed like the inside of the window and pulled the car or some crazy shit. I was like, there's a lot of stuff you start thinking about. We're like, what if when a moment like this happens, and what if I did this, what if I did that? And JaeJae was like telling herself that a lot. Like, what if I just did this? What if I just had you drive? Like, it'd have been so much easier. And that's the thing, is that in my opinion, it's not about what if this could have gone better. It's that this went completely fine because we're okay. The car was messed up, but I was able to at least kick the door open and then kick the door closed. But yeah, the entire mechanism of operating doors was just super fucked up. The window is somewhere, the side view mirror is somewhere on the freeway somewhere. I don't even know where. And we're both okay. It was, but it was the first car accident I've ever been in, and I've never been in a situation where, you get that, like I said, having anxiety, you get shots of adrenaline for no reason. And every once in a while when you have anxiety, like you feel like you're in a car crash, or you feel like you're in a plane crash, and you just get that. And I got that. But the difference was, when you have anxiety and it's happening for no reason, that freaks you out. You don't know why you're feeling like immediate panic for no reason. In this situation, there was a reason behind it. So funny enough, since I had never had that happen to me in like a dire situation like this, it was like, get this done. Are you okay? Are you okay? Let's do this. I'm calling the police. Let's do this. Let's do this. Get out. Kick the fucking door open. Make sure everyone in their side is okay. How are the vehicles? Like, for some reason, I became like super hyper focused and hyper aware, to the point of which once the officer came and was getting our information, it was like calming down. I'm like, okay, we're fine, it's okay. And then I'm pulling out like the ID of my ID out of my hand, my what's it called, my wallet. My hand is just doing this like involuntarily. I'm like, oh shit, I'm definitely not meaning to do that. So it was weird, because the adrenaline started kicking down, and then your body sort of goes into a weird shock. But I didn't feel that at all. I was like completely like, the make good decisions, focus, like type of shit. And I've never been put in that situation before, and it was weird. But it calmed down. JaeJae definitely I can sympathize a lot with, because she was in, you know, she was in the driver's seat when this stuff was happening. So I think she did an incredible job. She still wanted to go to the dentist even later. And funny enough, we went to take our vehicle to a collision center. For anyone that's like, I read threads of people. This is why I kind of didn't want to make to talk about it too much, because I didn't want to freak people out, because we are okay. Thinking about it in hindsight is pretty intense. But with what happened to me, like I wasn't thinking of it like we were in this extreme danger. But then you look at the side of the car and you're like, holy shit. That was very good luck. People were making threads on Reset Era, and there was a lot of extremely generous people. And I can't even believe the situation I'm in, where I can have so many people be so sympathetic of what happened and our safety. Like, that means so much that many people care. But the last thing I want to do is to give you guys the impression that that we need like an assistant. Some people were saying like, you should do a GoFundMe, and I'm like, nah, that's not. If you know anything about me, it's very hard for me to accept. It's hard. It was hard for me to accept donations or anything in general for my stream, but it's definitely a situation where if this happened to another person, I'd be super down. But since it's for me, I'm completely fine. My family's okay, and that's the most important thing. The most important thing is that we have so many people that truly give a shit, and that shit is more valuable. There's a lot happening over there right now. There's a lot happening right now. I'm trying not to pay attention to it. I appreciate everything, but I really need you guys to know that this is not what I want. Godlike. This is not what I'm doing this for. Is the fact that you take things for granted sometimes, like shit happens to you and stuff gets put into perspective, and you really appreciate stuff. So it was freaky. I'm not gonna let it kick my ass. I feel like we came out possibly in one of the best situations ever. I don't know if our car is totaled. We're gonna find out, but we'll figure it out. It's not the end of the world. But the fact that so many people care and so many people were there for us as soon as it happened, including friends and family and a lot of people on the internet that I would not expect to be there, it means a lot to me. It means a lot.